See you too. Mhm. You have to say got it.
Mm-hmm.
What did it say? She said we'll be.
I'm starting the meeting momentarily.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes into big screen mode. You ever do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
It especially used to sort of not bother me, and it's really not that big of a deal, but when I was in my WebEx classes,
Mm-hmm.
and it would automatically go, and I've got a big Mac screen, I'm like, no.
On top of the fact that I have you small for a reason, because I got all this other stuff everywhere. Good that you'll have somebody you can like count on to help out.
Yeah.
Okay. I could keep going on emails, but emails put off everything that I have to do. So I guess I should do Friday's mini docket first.
Yeah, what is Friday? I'm trying to determine whether I want to do the same thing I did. Do the same thing I did last week and come in for Friday.
Oh, Friday is always landlord tenant by Zoom, with the exception of one Friday every other month when we do jury final settlement. So.
Like a little bit. I'm trying to soak it all up. Every little bit is important.
Right. Where did they go? They're coming.
Once Robin starts doing the deposit, will that take some of the stuff off of you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when would we start getting Ingrid to do that?
We were talking about that. So we were thinking of having Robin get pretty comfortable with it, and then by December, I'll work with Ingrid.
Okay.
That way they can alternate month to month. Cash out and deposit. We just have to work on the timing. Robin, there might be a couple of weeks where she works 9 to 5 so that she can do cash out. I work 8 to 4, just so she's familiar with books. We have to get on this team. So.
Still has his muted. Should we keep ours muted?
I'm live.
The 14A District Court is now in session. All those having business before the court draw near. The Honorable Judge J. Cedric Simpson presiding.
And good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Apologize about our delay. My camera's all messed up. It's okay. The court does call case of Pittsfield Charter Township versus All and Out Fitness Star. And who do I have before me? I have, you could identify yourselves, starting first with Pittsfield, please.
Good morning, Judge. I am Patricia Tupaz Scribner. I am the treasurer at Pittsfield Charter Township.
And I am Kimberly Johnson, the assistant to the treasurer of Pittsfield Township.
Oh, I don't even get an assistant. Anyway, and sir, your name?
I'm Star Smith, the owner of All Out Fitness.
All right. I set this, I think, as a review regarding the taxes paid. And so where are we, folks, on that?
Okay, as of, Star has paid off the previous balance that you required. And as of June 30th, he owed $1,684.70. He has paid 2 payments on that of $350. And so for 2019 today, he owes $1,334.67. He still owes the 2020 and the 21, which is a total of $4,357.90.
So that 3,000, that 4,357, that's in addition to the other amounts.
Yes, he owes a balance for 219, 220, 221, and the total is $4,371.90.
4,357.
$4,357.90.
All right. 4,357.
And I want to compliment him
Yes.
on making 2 payments on the 2019 and bringing that down 300. He paid $350. So I thought that was really good of him to keep paying.
All right. So for 2, we were kind of, what I was looking to try to do was take this year by year, but the 2019, how much does he owe on the 2019 again?
$1,334.67.
All right. All right, Mr. Smith, anything you have to say to that? I'm sorry?
I'm just trying to pay what I can when I can pay it. You know, whatever's affordable. I'm trying to make a payment towards the overall balance.
All right. So how are we going to get, I think at the last hearing, I adjourned it out to today. I think you were supposed to pay 1651, which were your 2019 taxes, I think, at that time.
2019.
This 1334.67, which says now the 19 taxes. When can you get that? When do you think you can get that paid, sir?
I am not sure when I can get that total amount paid. We'd have to be 4 months, give or take, something like that. I mean, I wouldn't be able to get that paid by the end of the year. That would be
Pardon? Say again.
I said I would not be able to get that paid by the end of the year. That would be too large of a sum to get paid in the next 2 months.
Okay. What I guess I'm looking at is, I mean, I think what we're trying to avoid is I don't want a judgment against you if I can help it. I mean, I don't think you want that either. So, um, tell you what. So you think in 4 months you can get this paid? The 19.
Yes, yeah, yes, you said that's 1,300 and some change. Yes, I could pay that by the end of February.
By the end of February?
Yes.
And then we'd have this other balance. And this is accruing interest at what, 1% per month? Is that how it works?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do this then. Mr. Smith, I'm going to trust you a little bit. And I think I'm going to give another hearing date in about 4 months out, probably. Now, would you be making these payments? You'd be making periodic payments? Is that how you're doing it?
That would be my plan, but I mean, also being in the fitness industry, January, February are good months for me in general. So I may be able to make a lump sum payment in January, February. So that's my plan would be to break it up into 4 individual payments, but it's likely that I could make it probably a lump sum payment in mid-January, February, more than likely.
Got it. Okay. That's for the 19 taxes. And then we still have the 20, 21, 22. And then we're going to have 23 at some point. But
No,
right.
those, he will not have to pay anything after he clears this out because he finally filled out his paperwork with assessing that I had urged him to do quite a long time ago. So once he pays this, he's done because he has,
Got it. All because you didn't follow instructions, Mr. Smith, right?
Well, they recently changed it to
I'm
where
messing with you.
I had to
I'm
fill it
messing
out
with you.
annually.
You don't have to answer that. Okay. I have people not following my instructions all day.
Yeah.
So I was just messing with you. I'm not gonna. All right.
I haven't been to location since the pandemic, since really 2021, since 2020, really.
Okay. Let's do this. Let's give a date. First week in March. Do you have one?
Monday, March 4th.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to turn this to March 4th, 2024 at 11 a.m. And I'm going to indicate defendant to pay the 1334.67, which there's 19 taxes. And then whatever you could also get paid on the remaining balance. And then we'll see how we're going to go from there and try to avoid that judgment against you.
Okay, I'll have 2019 paid off by that March 4th date.
Okay. All right. And then whatever, I mean, I believe you. I think that you will. And then whatever you can pay toward the other part, because that'd be easier for me to kind of go through and structure it for you. Okay.
If I'm able to pay more, taxes, then I'll try to make another lump sum payment, in general. But I know I'll be able to pay 2019 off for sure in that time.
All right. Real good. All right. Anything else from either side?
no, you're still on. No.
All right. Fantastic. You guys take care. Have a wonderful holiday since I won't see you. Okay.
Thank you.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
March. Thank you. Is that it for us? Right now?
Till noon.
Till noon? Okay. 14A stands in recess. I'm live.
The 14th District Court is now back in session. All those having business before the court draw near. The Honorable Judge J. Cedric Simpson presiding.
And good afternoon, everyone. And let's start first, if I could, with the search warrants. And Detective Roberts, please raise your right hand, please, sir. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the information contained in the search warrant and affidavits is true to the best of your knowledge, information, and belief?
I do.
All right, fantastic. I will sign off on these. We will get these back over to you shortly. All right,
Thanks.
thank you.
Have a good day.
You do the same. Stay safe. Court does call the case of the People versus Robert Anderson.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Patricia Reiser on behalf of the people.
And I think before you put your appearance on, Ms. Coons, Ms. Reiser, I think we need a waiver.
Yes, Your Honor. The people waive any potential conflict between this court and the public defender's office. We do not believe that such a conflict exists, but in the interest of being safe and cautious, we will put that waiver on the record.
All right, thank you. And Ms. Coons.
Honor, likewise, the public defender's office would waive any conflict of interest, although at this time we do not believe a conflict exists.
Court, for its part, also does not believe that conflict exists either in the Michigan court rules or the cases decided thereunder, to the extent one does. Given the waivers, the court will consent to hear the matters. All right, in the Anderson matter, Ms. Coons is appearing for Mr. Anderson. What are we doing in this case?
Your Honor, this is a violation of probation hearing. I did have the opportunity to meet Mr. Anderson in the jail. We would just ask that the court adopt the probation recommendations.
All right, and so he admits to the violations.
Yes.
And Ms. Polero, was there anything you wanted to say? Because you usually start these out for me.
Oh, yes, Your Honor. If the court would like me to put his violations on the record, I can do that, or I can just proceed with my recommendation to the court.
Why don't you proceed with the recommendation? That's fine.
Okay, Your Honor. Given all the violations that Mr. Anderson presents today, probation would recommend 16 days in jail with credit for 16 days served for violations to date, that the court extend his probation term for a period of 12 months with the new end date being January 11th of 2025, that he report to probation in person on November 3rd at 9:30 a.m., then as directed, that he become compliant with all previously ordered terms ordered by this court within 30 days, with a new review hearing being set January 8th, 2024 at 1 p.m.
Mr. Anderson, is there anything you'd like to say, sir, before I impose sentence on the violations?
No, sir.
So sentence of the court on the violations of sentence the defendant to 16 days, Washington County Jail, credit 16 served for the violations to date. I will extend his probationary period or term an additional 12 months, giving a new end date to that of January 1st, 2025. I will order that the defendant report to probation on November 3rd, 2023 at 9:30 a.m., then as directed by probation. And that is in person, correct?
Yes,
Ms.
Your Honor.
Polero?
Yes, Your Honor.
He should report in person to probation. You are to become compliant with all previously ordered terms within 30 days. And I will schedule a new review hearing January 8th, 2024 at 1 p.m. All right, thank you.
What time was that report to probation on the 3rd?
9:30
Oh, boy. 9:30.
Thank you.
this Friday.
Thank you.
We probably should have told him 9 o'clock. But be there by 9:30, okay, Mr.
I'll be
Anderson?
there at 9 o'clock.
Okay, all right. It becomes difficult without that.
Well, that's the only one scheduled at 12.
Oh, that was that block? Oh, well, that was that block. I knew that. Okay, we'll be back at 1 o'clock to call the rest of the cases and 2 o'clock block. Court stands in recess.
Court Teenage District Court is now back in session. All those having business before the court draw near. The Honorable Judge J. Cedric Simpson presiding.
And good afternoon. Court does call the case of the people versus Aaron Schuttenringer.
Patricia Reiser on behalf of the people.
Your Honor, good afternoon, Joe Simon. Oh, I'm hearing an echo. I'm sorry. On behalf of Mr. Schuttenringer, Mr. Schuttenringer, please identify yourself for the record.
This is Aaron Schuttenringer.
Thank you. All right, what are we doing?
Your Honor, we've reached a resolution in this case. The people have agreed to treatment of Mr. Schuttenringer's plea to as charged under Section 4A. I told my client the court needs to approve that as well. But with that, he would enter a plea seeking, that status at the time of sentencing.
That is correct,
All right.
Your Honor.
Okay, very good. Sir, can you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
State your name for the record, please.
Aaron Schuttenringer.
All right, you can put your hand down. Sir, it is this court's understanding that you are going to plead guilty to the charge of domestic violence. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and or $500 fine plus court costs. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
And understanding that, you still wish to plead guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because of that, you're giving up certain rights. You're giving up your right to call witnesses to speak for you at trial or to have this court compel their attendance. You're giving up your right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial. You're also giving up your right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent and not have that silence used against you. And you're giving up your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or parole?
No, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised you anything in order to get you to plead guilty other than what's been stated here today on the record?
No, they have not, Your Honor.
Has anybody threatened you or coerced you?
No, they have not, Your Honor.
You're doing this voluntarily?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Of your own free will?
Yes, Your Honor.
And because you believe that you're guilty of this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let me find my complaint here. April 4th, 2023, at the location of 2407 Fontuna Way in Pittsfield Township, Washtenaw County, state of Michigan. What'd you do to a Kristen Mackey that makes you think that you're guilty?
I was in an argument with Kristen. She began to video record me with her phone, and I attempted to grab that phone from her hand, and I knocked it out of her hands.
Okay, you say you knocked it out of her hand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And who is this individual to you?
She is my wife. We're separated
All right.
currently and seeking a divorce.
All right, but you didn't have you didn't have her permission to either touch her or something closely connected with her, such as the phone, did you?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And you did it intentionally?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have I complied with the court rule? Would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
The people are satisfied.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's plea of guilty to this charge. What is today? 10/30.
Date is the 30th.
Court will accept the defendant's plea of guilty to this charge. Defendant is referred to probation for a pre-sentence investigation and report and consideration of 4A. Sentencing in this matter will be
Monday, November 27th.
November 27th, 2023.
Yes, sir.
1 p.m. All right, sir, if you stay on the line, we have probation intake here. And we will put you into probation intake, and they'll start you along the process beginning sentencing. All right?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Seth. Court does call the case of the people versus Kenneth Cook.
Patricia Reiser on behalf of the people.
Good morning or good afternoon, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perny on behalf of Mr. Cook. Mr. Cook, can you unmute and state your name for the record, please?
Kenneth Cook.
Thank you.
Yes.
Your Honor, we would like to set this case for final settlement conference, please.
Jury final settlement conference. December 8th, 2023 at 9 a.m. Jury selection. December 11th, 2023 at 8:30. Both of those proceedings are in person. Thank you.
Your Honor.
Court calls the case People versus Anthony Dow.
Patricia Reiser on behalf of the people.
Bridget Coons on behalf of Mr. Dobbin. Mr. Dobbin, if you're present, if you can unmute yourself, turn on your camera and state your name.
My name's Anthony Dobbin.
All right, what are we doing?
Your Honor, we would like to set this one up for final settlement conference.
Jury final settlement conference. December 8th, which is 8th, 2023 at 9 a.m. Jury selection, December 11th, 2023 at 8:30. Both of those proceedings are in person. Thank you.
Thank you.
Court calls case People versus, is that Anuba? Is it Devendi?
Yes. Anubhav Dwivedi.
Patricia Reiser on behalf of the people.
Bridget Coons on behalf of Mr. Dwivedi. Mr. Dwivedi, if you can state your name in full.
Anubhav Dwivedi.
All right, you can put your hand down, sir. All right, what are we doing?
Your Honor, we would like to take a plea for this file. The prosecution has offered him 4A, which he would like to plead guilty to. In addition, we would like to do a motion to address bond.
So take the plea to this charge. Sir, please raise your right hand.
Yes, sir.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God?
Yes, my lord.
State your name again for the record, sir.
Anubhav Dwivedi.
All right. You can put your hand down. Sir, it is this court's understanding that you're going to be pleading guilty to the charge of domestic violence. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail, $500 fine plus court costs. You understand that?
Yes, my lord.
Understanding that, you still wish to plead guilty?
Yes, my lord.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
Yes, my lord.
Okay, how do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
All right. Now you understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes, my lord.
Okay. Because of that, you're giving up certain rights. You're giving up your right to call witnesses to speak for you at trial or to have this court compel their attendance. You're giving up your right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial. You're also giving up your right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent, not have that silence used against you. And you're giving up your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that, sir?
Yes, my lord.
Okay. You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right?
Yes, my lord.
Are you on probation or parole?
Like I'm not like allowed to have a contact, like in-person contact. That's I know.
Okay, but are you under the jurisdiction of any other court?
No, no, sir. No, no, my lord.
All right. Have you ever been to prison?
No, my lord.
Okay. Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today to get you to plead guilty?
No, my lord.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No, my lord.
You're doing this voluntarily and of your own free will?
Yes, my lord.
And because you believe that you're guilty of this offense?
Yes, my lord.
On the date of October 1st, 2023, location of 2260 Glencoe Hills Drive, apartment 9, Pittsfield Township, Washtenaw County, state of Michigan. What did you do to, is it the Chica Devende that makes you think that you're guilty?
Yep. So it was like we had an argument. We just returned from our trip and we had an argument, and that argument raised, and just in that argument, it was just end up with a bad slap, and I am really feel guilty of that one.
Okay, so you slapped her?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Okay, you did that on purpose?
So it was just like in that. I don't understand. It was in the anger or like that things, but it was not an intentional one, sir. But yes, it was my fault.
Okay, but you intended to do it.
No, no.
You didn't intend to slap her?
So like, yeah, sir, so like in that argument, it was like, it happened in the argument. It had happened.
Okay, maybe I'm not understanding some parts of this. You indicated that you slapped her.
Yes, yes, my lord.
Okay. And did you intend to slap her?
Yes, my lord.
Okay. And who is this person to you?
She's my wife.
Okay. And you did not have her permission to slap her, did you?
Yes, my lord.
Well, you had her permission to do that?
No, my lord.
Okay. All right. Counsel, have I complied with the court rule? Would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
The people are satisfied.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's plea of guilty to this charge. Defendant is referred to probation for a pre-sentence investigation and report, as well as consideration of 4A. Sentencing in this matter will be
November 27th at 1 p.m.
November 27th, 2023, 1 p.m. All right, sir, I need you to stay on the line. We're going to put you into I think there was something you wanted to address with bond counsel.
Yes, so right now there is a no contact.
Oh, I lost you, counsel. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. So there is a no contact order with his wife. His wife is currently on the line and would like that lifted. She does have health complications and she is unable to drive. She also has a 4-year-old son that's getting complicated with schooling and trying to transport him. So for those reasons, we would ask that the no contact order be lifted.
I believe all that information is accurate, Your Honor, according to the victim advocate who has been in communication with the victim. The victim is present. I know that's what she wants. I believe that to the court's discretion.
All right. Ma'am, is there something you wanted to tell the court?
Yes, Your Honor, I really request you to allow him to stay with us because my son wants to go outside and play outside with his dad. And we are currently shifted here, so we have no family, no friends here. So we are facing so difficulty. So I really request you to allow him to stay with us.
All right.
Yes.
All right. The no contact provision is removed. I will add a provision of no non-consensual contact. There is also, I think, is the Glencoe Hills address, is that the marital residence?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
All right. I will remove the no-go too. Period. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Sir, we're going to put you into a breakout room with probation intake. All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. The court does call the case of the people versus Christopher Gruba.
Patricia Reiser on behalf of the people.
Good afternoon, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perny on behalf of Mr. Gruba. Mr. Gruba, can you please state your name for the record?
Christopher Grubal.
Thank you. Your Honor, I am requesting an adjournment to speak about an offer with Mr. Gruba.
All right. Both of these matters will be adjourned
Tuesday, November 14th.
to Tuesday, November 14th, 2023, 1 p.m.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bond will continue with its conditions. Court does call the case, People versus Talia Argo.
Patricia Reiser on behalf of the people.
Teresa Clara on behalf of probation. Your Honor, sorry about that. Ms. Argo, can you please state your name for the record?
Talia Argo.
Teresa Clara on behalf of probation. Your Honor, Ms. Argo is scheduled before the court for a review hearing. Ms. Argo is compliant other than her payments to the court. She has an arrearage of $236 with her payment plan. Probation's asking that Ms. Argo make that arrearage payment today. And that all other conditions continue as previously ordered, with the next review hearing being set January 22nd, 2024 at 1 p.m.
Do you have any objection to that, Ms. Argo?
I will not be able to make the payment until this Friday, November 3rd, when I get my Social Security disability.
Then what I will do is I will make that payment due November 6th, 2023. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so you're to pay the $236 arrearage on or before November 6th, 2023. Continue all conditions as previously ordered. I'll set the next review hearing January 22nd, 2024, 1 p.m. All right?
Thank you.
Thank you. Court calls case, People versus Bradley Burkeen.
Patricia Reiser on behalf of the people.
Mr. Burkeen, please state your name for the record.
Brad Burkeen.
Teresa Clara on behalf of probation. Your Honor, Mr. Burkeen is before the court for two cases. Both cases he is set for his first review hearing following sentencing. Mr. Burkeen is compliant with all terms ordered by the court. Probation is recommending, as to each case, that all terms continue as previously ordered, with the next review hearing being set January 22nd, 2024 at 1 p.m.
Hearing no objection to that, I'll continue all terms in both cases as previously ordered. I'll set the next review hearing January 22nd, 2024, 1 p.m. All right. Thank you.
Your Honor.
Court does call the case, People versus Nathaniel Laurent.
Patricia Reiser on behalf of the people.
Mr. Laurent, if you could please state your name for the record.
Nathaniel Laurent.
Ms. Blair, were you going to go ahead?
Yeah, sorry about that, Your Honor. Your Honor, Mr. Laurent is scheduled before the court for a review hearing. It is the final review hearing before this court. He has been on probation for a period of 24 months. Mr. Laurent still has a balance of $825. He has also been trying to manage felony probation out of Oakland County, a couple different cases. He is attending programming through them and has been compliant with reporting. He has struggled to maintain employment due to having a felony on his record, and he has also struggled with keeping a home. He currently, I think, is still staying with friends. Mr. Laurent has reported to probation throughout the term of this. Given that it is just a matter of the monies, probation is recommending that the balance be referred to collections and that the court discharge him from probation with some improvement.
Mr. Laurent, anything you want to tell the court?
that it would be really helpful to basically just have the pay. And that way I can try to just get a full-time job and actually pick my life back together.
All right. What I will do is I'll refer the balance to collections. I'll discharge him from probation with some improvement. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Court calls the case, People versus Jason Bodette.
Patricia Reiser on behalf of the people.
Good afternoon, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perny on behalf of Mr. Bodette. Mr. Bodette, can you state your name for the record, please?
He is here, but he's not connected to audio.
Mr. Bodette? You tried to prompt him. Jason Bodette? He's not in.
He's not connected.
He's not. He is signed in. He just signed in. So let's see if I'll pass it. Let's see if he signs back. Oh, he's back.
I did speak with him earlier. He stated he's on a job in Pinckney, and was having connection issues, but he was hoping that it wouldn't be an issue when the case was called. Oh, I see that.
I think he's here. I think he's connected to audio. Mr. Bodette, can you unmute?
Yes, I hear you, and I'm unmute.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Very good. Yes, we can hear you, sir. All right. What are we doing on this?
Teresa Plera on behalf of probation. Your Honor, today's court date is Mr. Bodette's first review hearing following sentencing. Mr. Bodette is non-compliant with the court-ordered terms. He failed to report to probation following sentencing. He failed to sign and return his probation order. He has a balance of $1,375 with a payment plan arrearage of $126. He's made no payments to the court, and he has failed to enroll in the domestic violence program. I did hear from Mr. Bodette this morning regarding some of these terms. At this time, Your Honor, I would ask that the court set a violation of probation hearing for December 4th at 1 p.m., that Mr. Bodette pay the $126 arrearage today and then remain compliant with the payment plan as was previously set by the court, that he report to probation in person on November 3rd at 10 a.m., then as directed. I would also ask that Mr. Bodette report to community corrections for random drug screening. I would ask that he do that today, including an ETG, and then become compliant with all previously ordered terms prior to the VOP hearing or face possible sanctions, which could include jail time. And if the court would order the drug testing, I can get that order sent over to them today.
Yes.
He dropped and came back with the audio. Back again.
He's back again. Mr. Bodette? He's not currently connected to audio. When do I have another hearing?
So our next available is 1 week out on the 6th, otherwise it's Tuesday the 14th.
All right. Council, why don't I do this? Let me adjourn this out to the 6th and tell your client that he needs to have stable internet.
I will do so, Your Honor.
And it would be
November.
Oh, sorry, Your Honor. Excuse me. My signal went out on me. I didn't catch that last part.
Which the last part didn't you catch?
From reporting to community corrections.
Yes, report to community corrections. You want that today, Ms. Valera?
Yes, I would, Your Honor. And I can get the order
Today,
sent over.
you need to report to community corrections today for a drug test and an ETG test to determine whether or not you've been drinking, sir.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay. We're sending that order over.
My only concern, Your Honor, is Mr. Bodette, I know you're working now. You'd have to be there before 4:30. I think they stop doing testing.
Yeah.
Would you be able to get there today? Oh, he dropped again.
He's back. Mr. Bodett? He can't hear me.
I'm sorry. What was that last part? Before 4:30, I understand that. That should be back by
Okay.
then.
Okay.
All right. You need to get yourself over there.
Yep, no problem.
All righty. Thank you.
And thank you.
Didn't think he'd stay. Court calls the case of the people versus Myron Davis.
Patricia Reiser on behalf of the people.
Teresa Player on behalf of probation, Your Honor, Mr. Davis is scheduled before the court today for a review hearing. He is fully compliant with the terms ordered by the court, and I did waive his appearance from attending. Probation's recommending that all conditions continue as previously ordered, with the next review hearing being set January 22nd, 2024 at 1 p.m.
Hearing no objection, so ordered. Did you hear that, Mr. Davis?
I did hear that. I thought we were gonna try and release me today.
Mr. Davis, call my office.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Then I will order the next review hearing for January 22nd, 2024, 1 p.m. unless something changes. All right. Thank you. Court calls the cases of the people versus Richard Smith. All three cases.
Patricia Reiser on behalf of the people.
Teresa Player, go ahead. Public Defender.
Apologies. Good afternoon, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perny on behalf of Mr. Smith, whose appearance has been waived.
Teresa Player on behalf of probation. That is correct, Your Honor. Mr. Smith's appearance was waived on all three cases before the court. He is compliant with the terms ordered. Probation's recommending that all conditions continue as previously ordered, with the next review hearing being set January 22nd, 2024 at 1 p.m.
Any objection, Ms. Perry?
No, Your Honor.
So ordered. Thank you. And that's it for us.
Yeah, until 2 o'clock.
All right. And that's non-public. All right. Thank you, folks. Court's in recess.